Infinite Frontier, issue number 4. That's right, we're about halfway through this limited series, which is the gateway into the new current slate of DC. There's a lot. There's a lot of new stuff at DC. A lot of shakeups happening with the company, too. A lot of people choosing some new interesting routes for their career. That's not what we're talking about today, though. We're looking at Infinite Frontier, issue 4, and this is probably, I think, a really intense issue and probably the best one of the run so far. This just said, yeah, we're gonna make this crazy. We're gonna do a lot of weird stuff. So we open up this book. We see Machinehead and Captain Carrot having a conversation. We see that Machinehead has taken off his helmet and is just letting the man breathe underneath it for a bit, just kind of teasing us, that Machinehead is going to be an important part of this book, and he is. And we'll get to that shortly. But as that's going on, we see that Calvin Ellis and Thomas Wayne, the dynamic duo, the world's finest of a different world than the ones we're used to seeing, are back on Earth 23. They are headed to the White House, just a couple of cool dudes just hanging out, having fun. I know people are saying, we're going to get Calvin Ellis in a movie. I really hope so, because I'm really liking this character more and more with each outing of him. I just love seeing him. It makes me happy. So we do some of this random president stuff. We see that he's trying to get his secretary lady away. He pushes her out, and then we can open up the fortress. And the Fortress of Solitude, of course, is inside the White House. And we're trying to figure out who built this ship that kind of brought Thomas here, and it's kind of using all this other stuff throughout the multiverse. And of course we're thinking it's Lex Luthor. We have 10 possible locations where he could be. Calvin goes to check them out. There's just one location left that they're going to go investigate. And then we're just going to see the world's finest of a new world. It's cool. I know people have a soft spot for Thomas Wayne. I get it. Flashpoint was a cool book, and I understand why he keeps coming back. I've never been particularly a fan of him, but I think this book does a great job of showing why he's kind of important to all of this, and I think it's a cool thing to look at. So we see that the dynamic duo are headed to this new site where we could potentially see where Lex Luthor is. They kind of break through the building, they find him, but as they find Lex Luthor, he's already dead, and they're checking through all this footage and all these files. They're like, oh, he did build the ship. He didn't just do that, he built another one, somewhere else in the multiverse. There was another ship. He designed the shuttle. He made something else, and then somebody killed him to get the plans. So we cut back to Earth Zero, where we see Agent Chase, and we see Director Bones just walking about. They're checking out the ship, just getting everything together. She's like, this Captain Atom told me something about Darkseid. It's kind of a weird, why would he bring up Darkseid? And as they're having that conversation, we see that they have Alan Scott and Obsidian kind of locked up, and the person that saved Agent Chase from the Captain Atom in the previous 2 issues was Extract. Probably from a book I never read, because the character seems like she's from a world out of place and doesn't have a being in this world. If it's from some stupid comic, probably. I don't know. The character, over-designed for my liking. Extract, I don't really care for. But as we continue, in this book, Bones is really starting to become a dick. He's really a bad guy. So we have a plan. We're going to send Alan and Obsidian on the ship, send them to the bleed. Forget about it. They're out of here. Everything's going good. And Chase is like, this is stupid. I don't know what your plan is here, but there's a lot of stupid stuff going on. And we see that Bones is like, okay, well, I've made a deal with certain people to stop the multiverse from collapsing in on itself again. We get attacked a lot on this Prime Earth, but it's mainly the forces from outside the Prime Earth that mess us up permanently. So then we see Bones just holographing a bunch of the people, the big event people that have attacked them before. You got the Anti-Monitor, the Batman Who Laughs, Perpetua, Miss Spitlick is there, Parallax, Hal Jordan, all the big dicks. Even Dr. Manhattan for some reason is in this mix. And Pandora, I was like, oh, Pandora, cool. I remember her from that one thing. I'm just like, wow, we really have a lot of big bads in the DC universe just screwing things up forever. There's a lot of them, isn't there? A lot of dumb ones, too. I love comics. This makes me love comics more, actually. So Bones is a dick. And basically, he's like, we're going to send the ship into the bleed. Don't be on the ship because it's going to be bad if you're on it. And Chase is like, screw you, shoots him in the knee. It's like, we're getting on the ship. So they get on the ship. They're headed off there. We cut to the bleed already. We're on Hammond's ship where we see the Justice Society people are fighting. Roy Harper, he is zombied out again. He's trying to snap back into reality. Jade kind of helps him regain himself. He's like, I don't know why I'm here. This ring showed me that my daughter's alive. I'm trying to find her. I'm so confused. Everyone else is just as confused as he is. What are we doing here? And we see that Jade gives some backstory. She called a bunch of the old Justice Society members. They kind of met up at one of the locations, and they were attacked by Extract and some of army people from Bones. They were shot with this gun. They got sent to the bleed. When they get there, they're like, okay, I don't understand what we're doing here now. Something really bizarre is going on. What is really happening here? They're like, we have to figure out how to get out of here, where we are exactly, and what's truly going on. So they head to Earth Omega through this device. So there's looking out the window, and there's a bunch of anti-monitor shadows just floating by and all this crazy stuff. Again, we see Barry Allen and Psycho Pirate on the cosmic treadmill just watching each other. They're like, okay, now we should call the actual Justice League and real people to help us out here because shit is getting weird. But Roy's like, no, I gotta find my daughter. And as he's doing that, we see he's about to use his Black Lantern ring. They collide with the ship that Bones and Chase are on. The ships just hit each other in Earth Omega. They're like, what just happened? Everyone's kind of knocked out. Not really sure what's going on. Everyone's just kind of freaking out. We cut to the House of Heroes where we see there's a big alarm going off. Something seriously bad just happened. Calvin, Ellis, and Thomas return. They're like, okay, we should figure out what's really going on. Everything seems to come back from when you showed up, Thomas. You seem to be the key of this. And he's like, why? I'm kind of nobody. But more than nobody, you are the remnant of a broken reality. You are the father of a great hero. For some reason, it always comes back to you. Not even just to Batman, but to a Wayne. It's always a Wayne that it always comes back to. And for some reason, that kind of connects deeply with Thomas, where he's going to go investigate something. So he's going to be okay, what does that mean exactly? Why does it mean it always comes back to me, remnant of a broken hero? What are you talking about? So he's going to go check that out, and we see that Harbinger is kind of access denied. You cannot access these files to see what's really going on in the multiverse. And everyone's like, what? What's happening? We see Calvin's trying to figure out what's going on there. Thomas just looks at a bunch of Bruce Wayne's like, oh, my son's actually okay. And we intercut the Justice Incarnate just okay, something bad is seriously about to happen. What's going on here, guys? Let's get the team together. And as we're doing that, we interject with Thomas Wayne just being he did okay. My son, from that weird Tom King book I was in, he actually didn't get screwed up. He's doing good. He's got his family. He's healthy. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't mess him up like I thought I did. He's actually doing okay. And we see the Justice Incarnate's okay, something seriously wrong in the multiverse. We have to go to Earth Omega. But before any of that happens, we see Machinehead just blast Thomas Wayne with some weird gun. Everyone's freaking out. And then we see that Machinehead blasts the Justice Incarnate. And we see that some reason, for something going on here, that Machinehead's I played the long con. I got here years ago. My Earth was invaded by an alternate reality. We fought a war and we lost. And now I am here on Earth Zero to bring everything back to its knees. I am secretly the bad guy of this book, and I'm bringing in justice. And we see that he opens a portal, and there's a bunch of assholes just walking through, Superwoman and one of the Ivos, probably. And we see there's Joker with a Sinestro ring and Magog and all these bad guys. And that is where the book ends. Machinehead has betrayed our team. And he is bringing the Injustice League with him. And you're like, whoa, or Injustice Incarnate? I could see Injustice Incarnate being the name. Cool shit, man. This was fun. I loved the world's finest stuff with Thomas and Calvin. That was really cool. Again, just bringing all these characters together in literally a head-on collision in the bleed and on Earth Omega is really fun to see. Just taking these kind of side characters for such a long time in the world and giving them prominence is absolutely amazing. This is just how you do it, man. Joshua Williamson just probably being the last man standing at DC currently from that certain crop of creators who is just now getting his chance to make the stuff he wants, and it's really fun and exciting. I am enjoying the hell out of Infinite Frontier. This book continues to find new ways to make the multiverse make sense, and that is the most impressive thing that this book could do, is bring it all together in a cohesive narrative. It's doing that, guys. For some reason, it's doing that. So, Infinite Frontier, issue number 4, I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.